when everything around you is falling apart, when plans shatter, doors close, and no matter how hard you try, progress feels distant and invisible. That's the moment that defines you. It's not when you're winning that your true self is revealed. It's when nothing works. That silence, that storm, that suffocating uncertainty. That's where your real identity is forged. Most people fold under pressure. Most complain, blame others, and retreat into comfort. But the ones who rise are different. They don't wait for favorable conditions. They build themselves in the darkness when no one is watching, when no applause is heard, and when there's no promise of immediate reward. Pain has a way of stripping you down to your essentials. It removes ego, illusions, and false expectations. And in that raw, vulnerable place, you're faced with a question. Will you give up or grow through it? That decision isn't made once. It's made every single day. Every morning you wake up to a life that still hasn't changed. Every setback that knocks the wind out of you. Every night you lie in bed wondering. If you're doing the right thing, that's the arena. That's where you either become unstoppable or stay stuck. Nothing worthwhile ever came without resistance. The path of purpose is littered with disappointment, rejection, and failure. But none of that is a sign to stop. It's the invitation to dig deeper. When everything seems to scream, quit, that's when you whisper back, try me. Because strength doesn't show up when you're comfortable. It's revealed when you keep showing up. Broken, tired, misunderstood, but still willing to try again. That's where transformation begins, not in certainty, but in your commitment to move forward without it. There's a quiet kind of power that's born in struggle. You stop needing validation. You stop explaining yourself. You stop waiting for permission. You simply act. You work. You become. And as you do, something changes, and not out there, but within. You become mentally sharper, emotionally stronger, spiritually grounded. And when the outside world still hasn't caught up with the fire, you're building inside, you don't panic. You stay focused. Because you understand now, this process isn't punishment, it's preparation. People often talk about success like it's some grand explosion. Sudden, dramatic, undeniable. But in truth, success begins in small, defiant acts of persistence. Waking up one more day with a plan. Trying again after failing. Trusting your vision when others don't see it. Working on your craft even when no one claps. That's the grind. That's the proving ground. Every small act of discipline in moments of defeat compounds into a level of strength that can't be faked or copied. While others look for shortcuts, you commit to the long road. While others wait for inspiration, you generate momentum. While others crumble under pressure, you become pressure-proof. That shift from external dependence to internal conviction changes everything. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop fearing failure and start learning from it. You stop hoping for easier paths and start embracing harder challenges, because you know they're the key to becoming more. And through all of it, you begin to trust yourself in a way that no one else can offer you. Not because you have all the answers, but because you've walked through the fire and didn't let it consume you. Because you've faced failure and chose not to be defined by it. Because you've felt invisible and kept working like the whole world was watching. That kind of belief is earned. It doesn't come cheap. But once you have it, it can never be taken from you. In that space where nothing seems to go your way, you develop something more valuable than comfort. Resilience. You become someone who can lead, inspire, endure. Not because life handed you blessings, but because you learned to build strength out of nothing. You took rejection and turned it into redirection. You used silence as a tool to sharpen your focus. You turned loneliness into clarity. And in doing so, you became someone who doesn't just survive storms. You build in them. Every great journey has a chapter of darkness. But what most forget is that it's not the light that shapes the hero. It's the darkness that does. That empty space where you're doubted, overlooked, and tested. That's where you acquire the tools you'll need when the opportunity finally arrives. Because when it does, you'll be ready, not surprised. Not lucky, but ready, forged by fire, unshaken by setbacks, and equipped with a depth that only comes from enduring what others ran from. The greatest power you'll ever discover is the one you build when nothing else is working. Because that power, it can't be taken, broken, or faked. It's yours, earned, proven, and permanent.